Sometimes you just have to stop a little bit. You just have to pause a little bit and look at the things from a little bit different angle. And also sometimes we have this possibility, we have this ability that we wouldn't normally have. And this is purely to do with the energy that is going to be around at the moment. What I'm trying to say to you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, that sometimes you just have to look at the things from a completely different angle. In particular for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, when it comes to the actual 12th of May 2021, in between the 12th of May and the end of that month and the 31st of May 2021, you are not going to look at the things from a little bit different angle, but the outcome of what you're going to realize and what you're going to see and what is going to happen and the outcome that you're going to have after that, beyond that, is just going to really open your eyes. But then at the same time, it is just going to be super important for that absolutely magical push that you're going to feel, that spiritual magical push that you're going to feel, which means that you're going to deal with a problem that you have been kind of denying yourself to. You haven't been honest with yourself when it comes to this moment in time, but after this point everything is going to change, because most certainly you are going to do the right thing. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's for May 2021. So this monthly horoscope tarot card focus is for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's for May 2021. And you know what? Most certainly this month things are going to start moving on for you, but emotionally you are going to be like a little bit, you know, kind of in a certain way, like all over the place. But then at the same time you are going to know that there is a very big moment about to unfold in your life, and really a huge, massive, enormous adjustment which you are going to make is just going to help you out so much, not only now but in a long term. This is going to be absolutely super important to you. It is about things in your life that have been creating an emotional confusion, you know, for a while. And also when I go like kind of like a maybe within the last 12 months, this has been highlighted quite a lot. It is on you to put your foot down, my gorgeous Aquamarini. It is on you to open your eyes, my gorgeous Aquamarini. It is on you to think about self apart from anybody else. This is the time when you really need to think about yourself. It's more important than ever, because it's to do with a certain, like some kind of mistake that you have done at some moment in the past, but this seems to be going from month to month when it comes to your particular case, my gorgeous Aquamarini. So it is very important to see what is weighing you down and what problem are you constantly kind of coming back to. You know, your number in numerology, it's number 1202. This is a very powerful number, which means that the month is going to be like quite emotional months, but then again these emotions are going to in turn into really positive and powerful energy at the same time, which is going to raise your vibration to the moment, to the point where you are going to get the necessary strength in order to see the situation in your life for what it is. You're going to realize like, oh my God, did everybody else realize this apart from myself? Did everybody else see this apart from myself? My baby, the answer is going to be yes. So it seems to be that it's on you to find this out. Sometimes also there are lots of other people that are very close to us that can understand us so much, can see certain things about us or certain mistakes that we have made, but we didn't work on them, and we know that these are the mistakes that are going to require the adjustment. But then again, you know, you always try that little bit more, you always try that little bit further. Well, now the bottom line is that you are really going to put your foot down, and I'm so happy. And it is not going to be easy, but it's going to help you to move on from the situation that does not longer serve you anymore. And I'm saying 1202, it's emotional, very, very powerful number. It's not only about emotions, but it's about the power, about the courage, and about the energy that you are going to have, not only to see what the things for what they are when it comes to your personal situation, but it's also to give you that powerful energy, that powerful courage, you know, to make an adjustment in your life. And what this adjustment is, what do you need to make, what do you need to do, it's entirely down to you, and it's up to you when you're going to realize this and when you're going to open your eyes. So this is very, very important. I'm saying that 1202 in numerology also means that an important problem that it's keep on coming to you, but it's not necessarily as such as a problem, but it's more like, you know, it comes to you and you think about it, that you're not quite happy, you're not quite excited, you know, and you know that this is something that is weighing you down. So it's like a problem, but you would want to work on, but it's only kind of like the matter of time when you're gonna realize this yourself, that you just simply need to move yourself from the certain situation or certain person or perhaps certain group of people that no longer serve you, then it's just draining your energy, you see. So this is not like just something like from yesterday or day before that or a week before that. No, baby, no. This has got like quite a little bit of journey that I'm talking about, which means, you know, Aquamarini, how can I make this like kind of like crystal clear? It means that this, I'm not saying that you don't get it, by the way, but I'm just saying that it means that the energy and karma, when it comes to karma, when it comes to spiritual journey, you are about to make a big, massive, big mama jump indeed. And that big mama jump is going to be enormous, which is going to happen this month, because it's going to be the best thing that you can possibly do for yourself, and you will know what this is. Number 1202 in numerology, my gorgeous Aquamarini, also means, you know, it is about the motivation, very important motivation. It's going to come into your sign from the beginning of May 2021, and this is very important for you to understand that the more you express yourself, the more you communicate, the more you say things that are on your mind, the better it's going to be, you know, because this month is going to be such a fantastic time when it comes to you being your own problem solver, because every single time you do this, you're going to bring like a more adjustment into your life, in particular when it comes to the promise that you're going to become aware of, you know, which is going to sound, something's going to sound very promising, you know, after a couple of situations that you're going to go through this month. But this is important when it comes to your future, when it comes to your future planning, when it comes to you just being as creative as you possibly can and doing those things that are making you feel happy. The more you do them, the more you're going to be shining bright, and that is going to help you out so much when it comes to you expressing yourself as well. This is what I really wanted to say. It is the time when you really need to take the leadership role when it comes to your life. So now it is just all going to be down to you, and most certainly it's a step into the actual spotlight. When it comes to the actual looking at the bigger picture, you need to just keep your eyes at the bigger picture. This is something that I want you to remember, something that I need you to remember throughout the actual May 2021. You need to communicate your vision, and also just you need to understand to not to be sensitive to criticism whatsoever. On another hand, you know, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it is the star. You have got a very powerful card. You have got a star when it comes to you this month, and this is very important because it means that hope is coming through, it's coming forward. This is so much so to do with fear, your fears, so much so to do with things that have been making you feel really negative and that have been making you really uncertain. So very important, hope is going to come through, and that in itself is going to inspire you like there is no tomorrow. So when you get this sense of hope, my gorgeous Aquamarini, which is most certainly going to take place at around mid-May 2021, at the same time when you get this hope, you need to remember to actually pay attention to the inspiration, because almost immediately, my babies, something is going to inspire you like there is no tomorrow, and it's going to bring like a certain bright prospect into your equation, and that in itself, it's like kind of going to have the elements from the past, you know, the elements from the past that are going to be playing an important role right now, because there are going to be certain parts and elements from the past that are going to help you to bring an insight, not only an insight to what is going right now in May, but it's going to help you with the problem, and it's going to bring you the actual solution, the certain things from the past that are on one hand connected to your experience, but on another hand is pretty much so connected to an unfinished business, okay? Or also, what else I was going to say, you know, it's about the actual optimism that you are going to have, and at the same time, you know, it's just a happiness. It's wonderful. This happiness that I'm talking about, it's going to be highlighted. As I said before, every single time when you're being very creative, just pay attention, because there is a lot that is going to come out of you, because, you know, the energy is going to be really magnetic throughout the actual months. You are going to have a really important new start, a new beginning, and that start, a new beginning that you are going to have, it's not even going to seem as important right now. It's only going to start with something really, really tiny indeed. But then again, at the end of the day, by the time you come to the actual July and August 2021, July and August are going to have like a big mama connection, you know, with what I was saying right now. So they're the first stages that are going to start manifesting now, and by the time you get there, this is going to have a really interesting unfolding moment, which is going to really surprise you, but in the best possible way, because you will be able to see the possibilities through this that you haven't been able to see before. It's going to be absolutely magnificent. What else I was going to say, this is pretty much so to do with your own transformation, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. So things are going to be a little bit all around the place throughout the months, but then the answer to these things is just doing those things that are really considering you, and doing those things that are making you feel ecstatic, that are making you feel happy, that are making you feel good, and things like that. It's about your transformation. And now, if you possibly can change things in your immediate environment as much as you possibly can, it would be fantastic. Take a smudge your home with a dry sage, walk into every single room, you know, close the door first, then you can chant a little bit, you know, you take a dry sage, you burn it a little bit, you can chant a little bit, or you can say an affirmation, or you can just pray a little bit. You just do what you think that you should do in accordance with your own spirit, with your own soul. You go into every single room in the house, my gorgeous Aquamarini, close the windows, close the door, make it all really nice and smoke, and then that way you're just going to get rid of the negative energy, and this is going to reflect on you so beautifully as well. So it's not only about your immediate environment, but it's also a lot about the actual yourself, how you're going to feel after that. Most likely you're going to feel a little bit drained over the, you know, next couple of days after that, but then if you do feel drained, that's brilliant, because it's also telling you, it's showing you, it's letting you know the considerate amount of negative energy that you had accumulated within yourself. So it's actually really good. So the more you're like, oh God, you know, the more, you know, ecstatic, and the more fresh, and the more optimistic, and the more energetic you are going to be few days after that. So that's absolutely fine, you know. But also, as I said, you know, this is all about your own personal transformation. And you know, it's just basically, it is just also like not the best month when it comes to the actual investment. So if you're trying to invest into something and things like that, May would be no baby no. But when it comes to June, things are going to slightly start changing when it comes to that. So you can maybe wait until June. So, but when it comes to the actual investments and things like that, then May would probably not be the best time to do it. May is more time for adjustment, readjustment, alteration. You know, May is also a brilliant time when it comes to like maybe sacrificing things, thinking, planning, being as creative as possibly you can, because a lot is going to come to you, and I know that your mind is going to change about something very specific and very important by the end of the month, and it's to do with investments, it's to do with a certain direction that you wanted to take, but then you're going to change your minds. And this is why I need you to wait, my baby, because spiritually you will grow, and this is going to reflect in your mind, and is indeed going to reflect on your way of thinking. Very, very important. The 17th of May will be quite significant when it comes to that, so you can pay attention to the actual 17th of May. At around the 17th of May, this is something that is going to be highlighted at the same time. So now, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you know, it's all about you nurturing your creativity. Try to nurture your creativity as much as you can. You are going to have a very good news, and I'm so happy for you when it comes to the waiting game, but it's to do with your own success, and it's to do with your own accomplishment, and that is going to bring the answer question, yes or no, yes or no, in order to take this further, and the answer is most certainly going to be yes. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous aquamarine, is, you know, I'm happy here because you are going to be able to enjoy the fruits of your own labor. So it's just something again that is going to come through unexpectedly in a form of like a really interesting information that you're going to get hold of it, but it's again to do with your personal achievement, is to do with your personal success. This is absolutely brilliant, you know, time in many different ways. On another hand, you know, you need to pay attention to, because you are going to be very deep, you know, you're going to be thinking a lot, you know, you're going to be drifting into all sorts of dimensions. What does that mean? That the power of manifestation is going to be like, ooh la la, baby, like really high up here. Indeed. So to manifest, you will be able to do quite a lot, and you just have to trust yourself. But on another hand, unfortunately, it works both ways. So what you need to remember, that any negative thoughts that you might have, you know, can manifest into real challenges if you just keep on thinking about them. So it's the best to ignore them and to focus on optimism, to focus on positivity, to focus on your personal growth. So every single time when you find yourself like drifting and being a little bit dark or a little bit negative, no baby, no, you just turn around, you just slap this situation in the face and you just turn around towards the positivity and optimism, because very easily you can mess with this energy and just bring yourself down, and you don't want that. And also you need to remember that, you know, when you feel in May like, oh my god, like I feel like a little bit negative, I feel a little bit low, yes, there will be few days when you're gonna feel like that, because the energy is going to be like, oh my lord. So every time when you feel like that, you know, just you need to remember, please remember these magical words, that particular energy that you are, that is making you feel so negative, so low and so down, it can also be so beneficial for you in so many different ways. But it's really down to you. All you need to do is just go forward. So when you feel low and when you feel a little bit dark, you know, you just remember that this is also exactly the same energy, that you can use this energy and change it, redirect it slightly by starting the process, by starting to do something that you need to do, that you want to do, by stepping into the situation, and then you will see that flow is going to beautifully change and work in your favor again. It's going to last a little bit at the beginning, like, you know, like an hour or two, but then after that moment, everything is going to start flow like really flawlessly, you know, everything is going to start to flow really beautifully. So this is something that I want you to, and I need you to understand, okay? And on another hand, you know, it is like a bit of a conflicting influence here. Somebody is going to try to wind you up, you know, and at the same time, my lord, you know, and this is going to be quite specifically significant at around the 7th of May. In between the 7th of May and the 31st of May, somebody is going to have a little bit of conflicting influence on you, and this is somebody very close to you, and that is in itself, it's really going to open your eyes, and then you're going to start realizing certain things about that person that you didn't realize before. But this is all to do with confirmation, but also more information that you really badly needed in order to kind of like make the best possible decision for yourself. So you see, this is all going to be quite connected, because it still really seems like that there is somebody around you who is like quite bad or negative for you. It's like creating this really negative influence and negative impact in so many different ways. Sometimes, you know, the certain people may not be that good for us, and sometimes we just have to be honest with ourselves when it comes to this. So this is the situation that this actually reminds me of, you know, because it's connected to an emotional confusion. So that's why this is something just to pay attention to, my gorgeous aquamarine. It's very important, okay? And also, you know, my god, you know, I really like this. You are And above all, somebody is going to get in touch with you, and somebody is going to tell you like a really good news. And this is going to mean to you so much. It's going to come with an element of surprise, and it's brilliant because it's to do with your own advancement. It's what you kind of expected and what you were waiting for. But my Lord, there is going to be so much to it that you're going to realize at the same time. And this is nothing unusual because it's 1202 in numerology. So that means that you're going to be very wise when it comes to your own spirituality. And cherry on top, sugar on top at the same time is that you will be able to get hold of the informations and feel them for what they are, and that in itself is going to help you to jump so much higher than you normally would. And you know, it's to do with an advancement, you know, with a certain desires as well, but then again it's just basically pretty much so connected to the actual promotion of your life. So if you're looking for work, you know, it's pretty much something is going to come up. You should just go for it, you know, look for work. If you're looking to advance yourself in any way, this is most certainly going to bring you an important advancement. But what is even more significant here is that you are going to recognize important abilities which are going to become quite significant ideas by the end of the month. And this is why I said to you, when it comes to like certain things that you wanted to do, when it comes to investment and things like that, you just need to wait until the end of the month, because there are, my baby, certain ideas that you're going to have, and this is slowly going to start changing things because it's connected to the new direction. You know, it's pretty much so to do with you need to be able to focus on a solution, okay, move forward with an open mind. And also this is to do with a whole new direction, but it's important because it's going to bring really vibrant and powerful, beautiful moment and change into your life. Okay, so now when it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous aquamarine, it is very important for you to understand that, you know, your lower back will be very sensitive indeed, and your back is going to be sensitive a little bit, and I can see your shoulders, you know, are going to be a little bit sensitive. So just make sure that you are sitting in the correct way. Make sure that you're like sleeping on a side. You know, I said this before, sleep on a side if you possibly can, especially when it comes to your lower back. And make sure that you've got a good quality pillow, and make sure that you've got a good quality pillow in between your legs, in between your knees, because that way you're going to, while you're sleeping on a side, because that way you're going to be able to relax the lower back of your body in a way that you wouldn't normally be able to. So this is going to be quite beneficial in many different ways. On another hand, just make sure that you're exercising a little bit if you possibly can. Make sure, as I said, to sit in the correct way. If you are picking up things for living, just make sure, you know, that, you know, just do it like as gently as you possibly can. Do it as carefully as you possibly can. You know, if you can do certain things like a swimming, you know, it's not that everybody can go and do swimming, but if you can do certain swimming, that would be absolutely remarkable. Or some kind of like a connection with the water would be absolutely brilliant and very beneficial for you as well. And on another hand, please just make sure that you're using aluminum-free deodorant, because your skin is going to be quite sensitive. And also make sure that you're using creams that are natural creams on your body, because as I said, your skin in general is going to be super sensitive. So this is something that I would recommend. And on another hand, to you also, I would recommend, it seems to be so far every sign is going to have a little bit of like a digestion problem, a little bit of negativity when it comes to stomach. So just try to drink as much water as you can. Try to drink like organic nettle tea, organic chamomile tea, organic dandelion tea, no sugar, no baby, no, if without sugar, or if you can drink like with maybe organic maple syrup or organic like honey, but most certainly not sugar, with an additional maybe unwaxed lemon would be fantastic. This in itself, these teas, these herbal teas, are going to help you to flush out the toxins out of the system indeed. And on another hand, maybe a little bit of organic aloe vera juice would be brilliant, because it's going to be very beneficial for your stomach lining. And also, of course, natural dose of B vitamin complex every single morning. I would advise to have one, because it's going to help you to boost your energy levels, but also it's going to help you to be beneficial for an entire digestive system, and it's going to be beneficial for stress as well. So on natural B vitamin complex, you basically just need to make sure that the folic acid is folate, instead of folic acid, because folate is natural, folic acid is not, and the B12 within needs to be natural B12 rather than a chemical B12. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. So now, before I go any further, I'm just going to have a little bit of water. Of course, I have to have water when I'm doing aquamarini. Okay. Do you like my new top? My gorgeous top. You can get this. If you get this top, you're supporting my channel as well, of course. This top, the link is in the description below. Okay, so now my gorgeous aquamarini, I'm just going to see what is going to be the first important date. Of course, we have got the 2nd of May. Now, the 2nd of May is going to be just like a little bit confusing, because you're going to feel a bit of a lack of ambition here, you know, and that in itself, kind of this lack of ambition feeling, it's going to be quite beneficial for you, because it's actually going to get you thinking, it's going to get you going, and that is going to help you to see the certain root of the problem that you wouldn't normally see. Every single time when we are kind of feeling lack of ambition, it gets us into the certain way of thinking, into the certain mode. It reflects on our psychic feelings, it reflects on our intuition, it reflects on our third psychic eye, and you are going to have quite few of these feelings throughout May and June indeed. So for you, it will be quite beneficial to get something like an amethyst pendant, because it's going to protect you gently, beautifully, nicely, protect your energy. It's going to help you to ground yourself. By the same time, it's going to open up your third psychic eye, and it's going to be very beneficial for that additional insight that is also going to be so great for you, because it's going to bring you the courage where you wouldn't normally have, because you will be able to understand that much more about your life. So this is going to be something fantastic to actually have throughout May and June, and wear it every single time when you want to find out a bit more, every single time when you want to connect a bit more, every single time when you want to get more insight, especially when you're doing things that you love doing, but also when you're wondering, when you're thinking, when you're questioning yourself, when you're confused. This little pendant is a must. This comes with the sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous aquamarini, you're also supporting my channel as well. So the 2nd of May, it's this lack of ambition that you're gonna feel. It's actually going to be beneficial. As I said, it's going to push you towards the direction, towards the door, which is just going to help you realize that you need to kind of like be very kind of strong, and you also need to kind of like make a quite significant decision here. And this is brilliant, because at the same time, you know, it's the conflict of interest that I've said, because it looks like you're going to be very disappointed with somebody in your life, because this is the time when you are going to become aware of a little bit of a bitter experience, and that particular person who will leave a little bit of a bitter experience, bitter taste in your mouth, it's at the same time going to be quite beneficial, because it is just going to help you to kind of drift towards the direction that you should actually drift. It's going to confirm things that you were kind of worrying about, but then this is going to be good for you, you know, because as I said, it's a conflict of interest, and this is going to be beneficial for you, because at the same time, you're going to almost immediately have your face towards like the new door, which are about to open, and behind this new door, as soon as you move away from this situation, you see, my babies, and as soon as this door is open, it's going to be connected to new possibilities, new relationships, new approaches to old problems. You will see how much is someone actually affecting you. this is what you're going to realize. And I don't know how to explain this, because it's to do with new acquaintances, new knowledge. You know, there is so much that is like kind of locked within people when people are surrounded by the wrong people, or by the people who they shouldn't kind of be surrounded by. So much is locked, you know, so much is blocked, because people just start to act unnaturally. People block themselves and lock themselves out, you know, instead of just being themselves. And sometimes people don't even realize that this is the case. So it's important, my babies, indeed. The second date, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it's going to be on the actual 12th of May. Now, the 12th of May is just like, I really like this, because it's pretty much so to do with the end of challenging times. But again, this is to do with you personally. This is to do with your situation, you know, and also it's things are looking up, and this is going to bring you a rather welcome relief. And I really like this, because it's just basically going to help you realize that you are gonna kind of like need to do a little adjustment here. And you know, logic and organization is most certainly going to increase your success, but then again, it's all about the structure and discipline, and most certainly being persistent. Being persistent. You will have a little bit of a challenge here, because you're gonna feel like, oh God, you know, I can't do this no longer. No, baby, no, you just keep going and keep on being persistent, because that in itself, it's going to remove you from the person and the situation, or a group of people who are having a very negative control on you, negative impact on you. This is bringing you down, and is draining your energy like there is no tomorrow. And really now it's time for you to open your eyes and find out and realize that, you know, this person was maybe making you being fearful of the unknown. And that's not really good, because this is going to have a really nice spiritual flip-flop. Ooh, you see? This is going to have a really nice spiritual flip-flop moment, where you're going to have, you know, the fear of the unknown is going to kind of swap, you know, flip-flop, and it's going to turn into an important future planning moment. So you see how connected this actually is. Look at this. It's almost like a moment of an enlightenment that you're actually going to have, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Look at this, 12th of May. Okay, this is for you, 12th of May. Vera. There is a spirit of Vera right here. I really like Vera. There was something so unique about Vera. There was something very special about Vera. Vera also has got a very beautiful scent about her. She was very like healthy. She was very like a carefree. Everybody loved Vera. Vera was very intelligent, very clever, and there was something very specific about her that she understood about a world, and also very specific what she was like kind of focusing on, something very unique she had that she was very, very popular with. Vera is absolutely super delighted. She also liked jewelry. There was something very specific and very significant about jewelry and about the particular chain that she's wearing. Okay, so Vera is sending her love. Vera is the spirit that is with me right now, and she's sending her love to you, my gorgeous Aquamarini. I see letter T, I see letter A, and I see letter M as well. Okay, so now I'm just going, with the help of Vera, my spirit with me, I'm going to take an oracle card, and I'm going to tell you what is going to be important for you in between the 12th of May and the 31st of May. And this is from Vera. Okay, look at this. It means that you are going to be tested. You are going to be tested. You will make a decision in such a way where you will feel bad, or you will feel sorry for someone, but then you have to primarily forgive to yourself in order to move away from that situation. So you just need to let someone go. It's very important. And another message from Vera is also healing chaos. I mean, this is remarkable, because you see what I mean, how important this is. You will realize how much was something affecting you. How much was something actually affecting you by the 31st of May. This is why this is so important. It brought so much chaos in your life, and it's down on you to realize what this actually is. It's so important, because it's not only about the healing, but it's a negative impact impact that this actually had on your life. And there you go, the last message from Vera is also transformation. Oh my Lord. Dun 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 dun. Aquamarini ni ni ni. Aquamarini ni 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 ni. Aquamarini ni ni ni. Aquamarini ni ni ni. Aquamarini ni 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 ni. Aquamarini ni ni ni. Aquamarini ni ni ni. Aquamarini ni 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 ni. Aquamarini. It's transformation. This is such a beautiful card. I'm so happy for you because I know how much this is going to mean to you, my gorgeous Aquamarini. This is very, very important month indeed. Okay, so the third important date, my gorgeous Aquamarini, is the 30th and the 31st of May. I like it so much. It's about the desire, it's about determination, it is about the very strong willpower that you are going to have, you know, and this strong willpower is also going to reveal the certain goal, the certain devotion. You will know what to kind of devote a big portion of your life to, you know, which direction, which path, which opportunity, which option, the new door about to open, you know. It's a really important choice that you are going to make, but that pretty much so this is to do with your desire, will and resolution as well. You know, the 30th and the 31st of May are going to bring you a mind-blowing resolution, my gorgeous Aquamarini, because babies, whatever you do, this is to do with your prosperity, is to do with your finances, is to do with your financial situation, which is most certainly going to bring you an important security. You will have a powerful revelation on the 30th and the 31st of May. Powerful revelation, and this revelation is going to really open your eyes, and it's going to help you how to deal with a certain frustration. It's to do with your own frustration because things were really slow, things slowed down, things weren't moving on, there were certain changes that affected you, so that is going to bring you a really great answer, basically, this revelation that I'm talking about. And then on another hand, it's to do with an opportunity that is going to be connected to the actual unlimited possibilities. So I really, really like it. Okay, so now my gorgeous Aquamarinis, I'm just going to see what is going to happen within the first week of May, mid-May, and the last May. I'm just going to say briefly. Before I do that, I would highly suggest you to get like a nice tiger's eye pendant. It's absolutely gorgeous. This comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, but this is something that is going to work with you so well because I'm keep on seeing this like a little bit of a controlling person, controlling situation, maybe controlling group of people that you have to protect yourself from. So every single time when you're surrounded by the people that you don't like, or that you're surrounded by the people that are energy draining, surrounded by the people that are potentially could give you like an evil eye, sometimes people can do this without even realizing, without even knowing. It depends what's going on in their lives. So every single time when you want to spiritually grow and make the best possible decisions and to protect yourself from the negative people, I would highly suggest you to wear tiger's eye throughout May and June 2021. As I said, this comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, you're also supporting my channel as well. The very first part of May, you know, you are going to be wondering, you know, you're going to need to make some kind of decision here, but this is again to do with your own future, with your own finances, with your own security when it comes to finances, when it comes to the step in the right direction, and it's like you need to remember to be impartial and objective indeed. And you know, on another hand, it's just basically you need to remember to see all sides of the situation, because you will be thinking about something, but your input is going to be needed. Your input is going to be needed, but you need to remember to look at the all sides of the situation, because there is something that you're going to find out that you didn't know about before. The May is going to, you know, oh gosh, you know, the mid-May, I don't want to sound a bit Dark Lala, but of course the Dark Lala has to come out. There is no way the Dark Lala is not going to come and say, hello, my darling. No, but it's a bit of like a sad situation that I'm seeing in mid-May as well, not related to anything else I said so far. So it's a little bit of a sad situation. You're going to feel a bit negative and low, but then again, at the same time, you just need to remember to let go of past, you know. As soon as you realize that it's the time to let go of past, you know, personal growth is going to come from challenges, and this is just like, sorry, one of the challenge that you are going to have. So you will see that letting go of the past, it's also going to help you to kind of release yourself. Very, very important. And also mid-May, somebody who's very close to you, like your family member, an important family member, somebody very, very close to you, is just going through something very difficult, my lord. And this is in between May and the end of May. Somebody is going through something very difficult, but this person is so close to you. They need your help. They need your advice. They're not coming out with what it is. They're not saying what the problem is, but you're the one who's experienced with so much in your life, especially when it comes to this, you know. So there is someone very much so going through something very difficult, very loud, very rough and very dark, but you're the one who can help them, and you have to just kind of show them different side to things as well, you know. On another hand, you know, the last part of May is just basically all about you taking the next step. You are going to make really important next steps at the end of May that you weren't, my babies, even planning for, and this is why things are going to be so magical. And this is why I said, when it comes to investments, do not do it like a now, do it in June, because this is all boiling down to these next steps that you are going to have at the end of May. And these next steps are purely going to come without you planning, without you thinking, without you focusing. It's coming purely from the actual outcome of the whole month. So this is something to pay attention to. You're about to take very important next steps. There are two of them that are really significant, you know, and it's pretty much so to do with bold and ambitious choices, but then at the same time it's to do about expanding your plans and continuing to move forward indeed. So now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I'm just going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationship. Oh, you see, you need to discuss the certain problem. For those of you who are in relationships, something kind of problem is going to come up that you're going to need to work on. Okay, and it's in between you two. Something, I don't know, something is not quite right, and you need to work on it. You need to see what it is, because now it's really entirely down to both of you which way you will want to go. But there is a certain problem that is going to come up, and you really need to work on it for the couples. My lord, you see, it's something that you need to pay attention to. Okay, something that you need to pay attention to, because you know the situation is just kind of going to be a little bit heavy and a little bit difficult. I don't want to sound like completely Dark Lala, but it's pretty much so to do with a certain disagreement, and the outcome of that disagreement, it's actually, there you go, it's gonna be really, really good. So you are gonna have a bit of a bumpy ride when it comes to the couples indeed. Look at this, my lord. So you're gonna realize something, you know, something is going to open your eyes, but then at the same time, you see, it's going to be quite good here, because this is a very positive outcome and very significant outcome. So this is something that you're both going to need to work on, and if you don't work on this, you know, then you know things are just going to unfold into something completely different. But because you are going to work on these problems, couple of difficulties that you will have, things are actually going to work really great for both of you. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are single and ready to mingle. Okay, my gorgeous Aquamarini. So for those of you who are single from the month of May, oh gosh, you see this, the Tower. Do you know what this is? It is basically somebody who you had your eyes on. It's not going to be the right person. Maybe you had some bit of a kissy, or maybe it was like a stranger in the night, aquamarine in the morning, you know, situation, however it happens. Or maybe you just saw someone and you thought, oh, he's gorgeous, she's gorgeous, you know, blah, blah, blah. No, baby, no. It is the realization. Something is going to happen and you will see that that wasn't the right person. Maybe it lasted a day or two, maybe it lasted a week, you know, it doesn't really matter. But this tower means that an unexpected situation is going to take place, and that is going to help you realize that you need to move on, move away from somebody that it's not really the right person for you, my gorgeous aquamarine. And that is death here. Now this is followed, my god, what lovely cards. No, but now no, the death, it's actually really good card. It's a great card, especially when it comes to the tower, which means that very soon after this there is going to be a rejuvenation that you're going to have, the transformation that you're going to have. Something new is going to come up, someone new is going to come up, and it's not going to be that long until it happens. Look how perfect. Aquamarini, aquama, aquamarini, aquama, aquamarini, 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 aquama, aquamarini, aquama, aquamarini, aquamarini, aquamarini. You see, it's the full, it's the fantastic. So you see how complex this is going to be, which means that by the end of this month, you are going to meet someone very, very cool indeed. Someone very significant, someone very powerful, someone very interesting, someone very kind of like successful in many different ways, but somebody who is sharing so much similarity with you in so many different ways, and most importantly, someone who is significantly going to change your life. This is only the beginning of this person slowly walking and entering into your life. It may not even happen in May, it could happen in June, because May and June are very much so closely connected when it comes to the actual energy. So you could well start the process of something, because this is going to happen at a time when you also start a certain process for the first time. So it could be like this person around you not making themselves known in May, but they may as well come through and make themselves in June, make themselves known in June. However, the month of May, it's going to be the month when you are going to start sharing your space with this person, with something that is also going to be happening at around the time when the certain continuation also takes place. So we have a continuation, but we also have the new beginning as well. Okay, my gorgeous aquamarinis, I love you so much. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. As I said, if you would like to buy this gorgeous little angel top, then you will also be supporting my channel, and the link to buy this is in the description below, together with my crystals, you know. And thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light, my gorgeous aquamarinis. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.